I'm James Bagge. I'm the former High Sheriff of Norfolk. At the end of my tenure as High Sheriff, I wanted to do something extra to pay back Norfolk generally for the wonderful year that I had enjoyed, privileged year. And so I had identified volunteers as being a theme for my year. And in particular, I had noted this group of people who are not so much volunteers in the sense that what they do is say forced on them, but they are the people who care for their loved ones at home. And they don't quite get the same buzz out of what they do, in fact quite the opposite really. So this seemed to me like a great cause to work or to raise money for. And something I've always wanted to do is to do a pilgrimage from my own back door to Santiago de Compostela in northwest Spain. A journey of 1,500 miles to be done entirely on my own 2 feet, which I have now completed. So that's Walking for Norfolk. It's become a bit of a brand, which explains the hat, because that was what I was wearing when I did my little video clips on my walk. And in order to maintain the brand, I continue to wear the hat and use the stick. So that's Walking for Norfolk. A journey of 1,500 miles on feet can be somewhat overwhelming. And as the bishop in Santiago, who was giving a short address in English, explained, however, just as in life, if you have a destination and a purpose, but you keep putting one foot in front of the other, i.e. moving forwards, you will achieve that purpose and reach that destination. So what is it that keeps you going? Probably mindlessness, probably routine. You get up every morning, you've got nothing else to do, so you may as well carry on walking in the same direction. But above all, in this particular instance, the huge support that I got from all the organisations who look after the carers, the wonderful messages that they sent over Twitter and Instagram and so forth. So that was hugely motivating. The first challenge they have is admitting that they are a young carer. So within a school, they may not be performing to the level that they deserve to perform, and there are reasons behind that. Sometimes they are too ashamed to admit about what's going on at home and what they need to do there. So the first challenge that they have is to be recognised as a young carer by the school. Beyond that, obviously, they lose certain aspects of their youth. They can't go out. They can't socialise in the way that they might otherwise socialise because they have commitments at home. Beyond that, they have challenges in education and further education. I heard talking today to one of the carer organisations says that one of the things which young carers lack is an ambition. Take, for example, the decision to go to university. They may feel they can't go to university because they have responsibilities at home, so they never have that ambition. That must be wrong. So those are some examples of the challenges which young carers face. They've been incredibly well supported, and people have been extraordinarily generous. So to reach a target of £60,000 based predominantly, almost entirely, on donors who live or have a connection in Norfolk is an achievement. And it's not my achievement, it's the achievement of a network of people who have helped support me in this challenge. I think the issue of carers is one of the biggest challenges that we face in this country at this particular time. We have an increasingly ageing population. We have huge pressures on our NHS and our social care system. And we have this army of effectively volunteers, 7 million of them apparently in the United Kingdom, who give of their time to look after their loved ones at home at a huge saving to the national budget. That's the financial picture. and one which you certainly cannot ignore, and there needs to be a real strategy for supporting these people, otherwise the system will just break down. So that's the financial message. The caring message is that I really can't think of a better cause. I mean, there are many wonderful causes, but to encourage people to look after their family members at home in our society is part of the natural order of things, and one which should be hugely encouraged and supported. So anyone who's given money is giving it to a hugely worthy cause. There's an enormous amount of publicity now around carers, not due to my walk, but just generally I've noted it. You know, and I think it's an issue and a challenge which we face critically now at this time in our social history. Walking for Norfolk is an interesting brand, isn't it? I have an interest in other charitable causes, particularly the provision of advice, and I'm, you know, working with Citizens Advice in Norfolk. I have ideas about doing a talk about the walk. So I've walked the walk, now I'm going to talk the talk, and I'm in the process of writing that. And with the help of others, we might be able to produce a sort of mini show of, I don't know, an hour and a quarter, and sell tickets. And the money we raise there will go to another Norfolk cause. So Walking for Norfolk, I hope, is not by no means completed.